I'm the drama teacher here. This is my third year here at Los Lunas High School. And in previous years, we've done a production in the fall and one in the spring. And we're continuing to do that. But this year, the advanced drama class also did a production in the fall, which was Dracula. So if you were lucky enough to be out to see that show, that was just about a month ago. And we had about 1 month to flip over from Dracula to It's a Wonderful Life. And this is our first time we've ever done a winter Christmas play like this. So I hope that you guys will really enjoy it and that this puts your family in the festive holiday mood. It's a classic story based on the film directed by Frank Capra, and it was starring Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed long time ago. So it's a holiday classic, and it's just a feel-good story about, all of the little impacts that we all make in our lives and the value of every single life, and how that each of us makes a difference in our own way. No matter how small we think we are, we are really very important to any number of people. So I hope that you all enjoy the play. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off. And if you have any small children or any kinds of things that are making a distraction, we ask that you take them to the lobby until you get it under control so that the rest of the audience doesn't have to miss, because there's no rewind button on live theater. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being here for our students and for our program. Tonight is the last show for this weekend, because tomorrow night we're going to be in the parade, and I don't think it's a good idea to try to do a show here when that street is shut down. It's going to be crazy. So we're coming back next week on Friday. The band has some concerts throughout the week, next week in the evenings. If you'd like to come out and see the Los Lunas High School band with their winter concerts. And then on Friday night, we'll be back here at 7. Saturday night at 7. And then we're going to do a special show, first time we've ever tried it, a 2 o'clock matinee next Saturday afternoon. So we're going to do a double show day, see how these kids handle that. So we also have, for the first time ever in our show, some children who are not students of Los Lunas High School, some younger siblings and friends to play the Bailey kids in the later scenes. So I hope you'll really enjoy seeing those little ones on stage as well. I love being here, love working with your kids. So glad to be here with you all, and I hope that you really enjoy the show. And please bring people back next week, because these kids are amazing and they really deserve to be seen. Without further ado, enjoy It's a Wonderful Life.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You want to do what?
What you are thinking about doing?
How do you know what I was thinking?
Oh, we make it our business to know lots of things.
Look, whatever you're selling, I'm not interested. Please, leave me alone.
No, you don't understand. I've got a job to do here.
I said leave me alone.
This isn't going very well. Well, you said it wasn't going to be easy. I know, if at first you don't succeed, blah, blah. Have you ever read Tom Sawyer?
What?
Now there was an industrious young man, and when the chips were down, he never gave up. You remember why?
Who cares?
He kept thinking about others, George. Not about himself, but about all the folks who needed him.
Wait, you called me George. How do you know me?
Oh, I know all about you. I've watched you grow up from a little boy.
Well, how could you? I've never seen you before.
You haven't needed to till now. How's the lip? Looks like it stopped bleeding.
That was an answer to a prayer I got a little bit ago.
Oh, no, George. I'm the answer to your prayer.
And who are you?
Claire Oddsbody, AS2.
Oddbody. AS2. What's that, AS2?
Angel, second class.
Now I've known I lost my mind.
Not yet, but you're well on your way. That's why they sent me down. Besides, it's ridiculous to think of killing yourself for a measly $8,000.
How do you know that?
I've been trying to tell you. I'm your guardian angel.
Well, you look like the angel I get. I'll give you that much. Sort of a fallen angel. What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet, but you're going to change all that.
I am? How?
By letting me help you.
The only way you can help me is by getting me $8,000 before the clock strikes 12. After that, my life turns into a pumpkin.
Sorry, but we don't use money in heaven.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I keep forgetting. Well, down here you can't live without it. And truth be known, I'm worth a lot more dead than alive.
Now look, you mustn't say things like that. You don't realize how much you're worth. Why, if it hadn't been for you...
If it hadn't been for me, everybody I've known would have been a lot better off. Everybody. My wife, my kids, my friends.
You sure have got plenty of friends. I'll say that for you. Why, do you know they've jammed up our airways for over an hour now?
What are you talking about?
Prayers! When they're heartfelt, they're mighty powerful missiles. And the ones for you, why, they've lit up our whole celestial system.
Why? How?
Because you're such an important influence in so many lives, George. Always have been. Just like Tom Sawyer.
Since when?
Ever since the day you saved your brother from drowning when he fell through the ice.
But that was just instinct. Besides, I was only 12.
There were other boys that day, older, better swimmers. They didn't nod to their instincts. Only you did.
Well, he was my brother.
But what about Mr. Gower, when you saved him from ruin? That wasn't instinct, that was courage. Deep-seated and vengeful of guts courage.
But he just received a telegram telling his son had just died.
And he turned mean through and through from drowning his sorrow in the bottle. Remember?
George, you out there? I'm really sorry, Mrs. Blaine. That medicine should have been an hour ago. I swear, it'll be over in 5 minutes. George! Why didn't you deliver Mrs. Blaine's box of capsules? Don't you know this boy's very sick?
I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
You're hurting my Sawyer, Mr. Gower.
You lazy loafer!
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules.
What are you saying?
I know you're unhappy. You got that telegram today and upset you. I understand that, but you put something better in those capsules. I'm sure you did.
How do you mean?
Just look and see for yourself. I tried to tell you when you're filling out the order, but you wouldn't listen. Just look at the bottle you took the powder from. It's not right. I swear it isn't.
Oh, no. No. No!
Don't hurt my ear again.
George!
You never told anyone about that. Remember?
Yeah. Always cared about us young people. Gave lots of us our first job.
Well, he never stopped caring about you, George. Remember that handsome suitcase he bought you when you thought you were finally heading off for college?
Oh, yeah. That was 1,000 years ago. How can I thank you, Mr. Gower?
May you always use it in good health. You can thank me by graduating with honors. That would do us all very proud.
That's a fat chance.
Only you bet, little brother.
Haven't got the time. I'm off to my dance. How do I look, huh?
Like a goon in a penguin suit. Here's the funeral.
That's enough, you two. You look very nice, Harry.
Of course it does. It's my tux.
And what's your verdict, Aunt Tilly? Do I look good enough to eat?
If you lay a hand on me, young man, I'll hit you with this purse.
Aunt Tilly, I gotta confess something. I'm in love with you, and there's a full moon out tonight.
Oh!
Mom, I gotta borrow the car and some plates.
Whose plates?
Well, I'm part of the Eats Committee, and we're short a couple dozen plates.
Now, wait a minute. You can't use my plates. Those were your grandmother's and her mother's before that. Are you listening to me? We're all gonna miss you, George.
Well, thank you, Violet.
Say, that's some dress you've got on there, Vi.
Oh, why, this old thing? It's just a hand-me-down like Harry's.
Well, it sure is pretty, isn't it, George?
What? Oh, yes, the dress. It's real nice, Violet.
Well, I guess I better get headed to the dance. It starts in another 30 minutes. Why don't you drop by later on?
I just might do that.
I hope you do. Bye now.
Hey, Vi! Want me and Ernie to walk you down to the school?
That won't be necessary. Bye now, George.
Bye, Violet.
Come on, Ernie.
See you around, George. Say, Uncle Billy, where's Pops?
Had to finish up a special report for Potter. Board meeting's tomorrow.
I thought when he put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up on us. What's eating up that old money-grabbing buzzard anyways?
Oh, he's a sick man, George. Sick in his mind, sick in his soul. If he has one. Hates anyone who has anything he can't have. Hates us, mostly, I'm afraid.
Say, George, after you graduate, you would consider coming back to the building alone with us, would you?
Oh, no, not me, Uncle Billy. I couldn't face being cooped up in a shabby little office for the rest of my life. I'm sorry, but the thought of spending all my life trying to figure out how to save 3 cents on a length of pipe, I'd go crazy. I want to do something big, something important.
Your father and I feel that we are doing something important. It's deep in the soul of a man to want his own roof and walls and a fireplace to sit beside on an evening. And we'd like to feel we're helping get those things.
But Bill, you've got to admit that this town is no place for any man unless he's willing to crawl to Potter. Now you've got talent, George. We've all seen it. So you go on and get yourself an education, and then get out of here if you must.
Have any idea what you're going to do, George?
Sure, I'm going to build things. I'm going to build cities. It's been a dream all my life.
Still after the first million for your 30?
Oh, no. I'll settle for half that in cash.
Well, your Aunt Tilly and I sure are going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you all. That's for certain. You mind bringing this to my room? I think I'll go check in on Harry's dance.
Have a good time, son.
And you did, too. That was the night you met Mary Hatch. Of course you had known Mary all your life. She grew up 3 or 4 years right behind you, always in the background, tagging along until one of you boys noticed her and sent her on her way. But that never discouraged her, any of the other girls. They all had their eyes hooked on you, especially Violet and Mary. But you never took the bait until Harry's graduation party. That was when you danced with Charleston all night with Mary Hatch, till someone tripped the lock on the moving gym floor. Everyone fell or jumped in.
Buffalo girls, could you come out tonight? Could you come out tonight? Could you come out tonight? Buffalo girls, could you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. That dog, just like the church choir.
Beautiful.
You should have seen the commotion in the locker room. Had to push down 3 people just to get the stuff we're wearing.
Half the town said it wasn't a good idea to build the gym floor over a swimming pool. What did we turn the heat?
Probably someone who's jealous. So he chose me to dance with you.
You think maybe?
You know what? Let me hold that old wet dress of yours. Hello.
Hello? You look at me as if you don't know me.
Well, I don't.
Well, sure you do. You pass by me on the street almost every day.
Me?
Uh-huh.
That was a little girl named Mary Hatch. That wasn't you.
Do I look as funny as you do?
I guess I'm not quite the football type. You know, you look wonderful. If it wasn't me talking, I'd say you're the prettiest girl in town.
Why don't you say it?
I don't know. Maybe I will say it. How old are you?
You can't ask that.
Well, I am.
18.
18? Well, it was only last year you were 17.
You're younger too old.
Oh, no. Just right. Your age fits you. Yes, sir. You look a lot older without your clothes on. I mean without your dress. You look a lot... Oh, my gosh.
Sir, my train, please.
Oh. A box upon my clumsy lout. Your caboose, my lady.
You may kiss my hand.
Ah.
As I was lumbering down.
All right. I'll throw a rock down at that Granville house.
Oh no, don't, George. I love that little place.
Oh, no. You see, you make a wish, and you try to break some glass. Gotta be a pretty good shot nowadays, too, with so many windows.
No, George, don't, please. I love that little place. It's full of romance. I'd like to live in it someday.
In that old place?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't live in it as a ghost. Now look. There, on the second floor. Look.
What'd you wish, George?
Well, not just one wish. Whole hatful, Mary. I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, and the next day, and the next year, and the year after that. I'm I'm shaking the dust of this criminal town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. And after that, I'll go to college and see what they know. And after that, I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm going to build bridges miles long. Oh, I'm going to throw a rock.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that was pretty good. What you wish for, eh?
Buffalo gals, can't you come out
Tonight,
tonight?
can't you come out
tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the
What did you wish for when you threw that rock?
Oh no, George.
Oh, come on, tell me.
If I told you, it might not come true.
What did you want, eh? You want the moon? Just say the word, and I'll throw a lasso right around it and pull it down. That's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, eh?
I'll take it. And then what?
Well, you'd swallow it, and all dissolve, you see? And the moonbeam would shoot out your fingers, and your toes, and the end of your hairs. Am I talking too much?
Yes, you are!
Who's that?
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Wait, what?
Youth, you know, it's wasting on all the wrong people.
Wait, hold on. Come on back here. I'll show you some kissing that'll spin your head right around.
George, come on home quick. Your father's had a stroke.
Oh, Pops. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I've got to go.
Come on, let's hurry.
Well, did you send for a doctor?
Yes, Campbell's there now.
It was nice of you to come, Mr. Potter.
I'd say your father was the building alone here in Bedford Falls, George.
Well, I agree.
He wasn't a businessman, and that's what killed him. I mean no disrespect, George. God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called, but ideals without common sense can ruin this town. So your next board and trustees meeting, I'm going to make a motion.
A motion?
That's right, a motion to dissolve assets and send them over to receivership.
But, Mr. Potter,
Take this loan application, for instance. The board looked on this morning. You know Vinnie Bishop, the one who delivers our mail, usually late, because he always stops to talk on his route. Well, I learned that the bank turned down his loan, but the building loan was willing to build him a house with $5,000. Can you explain that, George?
well, I handle that, Mr. Potter. The papers are all there. His salary, insurance, and I can personally vouch for his character.
Oh, so he's a friend of yours.
Well, yes, sir.
Oh, so if you just shoot pool with the manager's son, you can just borrow money. What does that get the building and loan? A discontented, lazy rebel instead of a thrifty work class, all because a few starry-eyed dreamers, like your father, steer them up and fill their heads with a lot of impossible ideas.
Just a minute now. Hold on, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny antique building alone, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character, because his whole life was. In the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this institution, he never once thought of himself or saved any money. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Just remember this. The rebel you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Is it too much to ask to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? My father didn't think so. People were human beings to him. But to you, a warped, frustrated old man, their capital. So in my books, my father died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not talking about your books, young man. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. Talking about the thing you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Well, it was nice to see you, Mr. Potter. I'll see you at the meeting.
You're not even on the board.
I hold my father's proxy, so I can attend and cast a vote. You see, the way I look at it, Mr. Potter, the people of this town needs our family's one-horse institution, only to have a place where they can go without crawling to you.
Get me out of here.
Yes, sir.
I'm still going to your meeting, young man, and we'll talk about who has the power in this town.
You spoke so eloquently at the board meeting that they voted Potter down. Remember?
Yeah, but on one condition, I had him baked on.
That you take your father's place. And you did. And you gave all your school money to your brother Harry and sent him to college.
Harry made the All-American football team. Second team. Oh my gosh.
Yes. And you got 4 years older.
That's for nothing.
Oh, hi, Mom.
What you doing? Wishing on the moon?
Oh, no. I've given up on that. Just getting some fresh air.
Well, you know, Mary Hatch just got back from school.
Oh?
Came back 3 days ago. Nice girl, that Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of girl that'll help you find the answers, George.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me one good reason why you shouldn't call her Mary?
Yeah. Sam Wainwright.
Oh,
Yes, Sam's crazy about Mary.
she's not crazy about him.
Well, how do you know? Did she discuss it with you?
No?
How do you know?
She lights up like a firefly in her yard.
Oh.
And besides, Sam Wainwright's in New York, and you're here in Bedford Falls.
And all's fair in love and war.
I don't know about war.
Mother, I can see right through you. Right to the back collar button. Trying to get rid of me, eh? Oh, well, here's my hat. What's your hurry? Oh, old building and loan pal, if you insist, we'll go out and find a girl and do a little bit of passionate necking.
George.
Now, if you'll just point me in the right direction. This direction? Good night, Miss Bailey.
Hi, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, Violet. How's business at the old permanent weight shop?
Oh, not a title lead yet. I'm getting some city mothers in thanks to you. What gives?
Oh, nothing.
Where are you headed?
Oh, I'll probably end down at the library at some point.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired about just reading about things?
Yes. Yes, I do. Say, what are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
Are you getting by? Let's make a night of it.
Oh, I'd love it.
You know what we'll do? We'll go to the field and take off our shoes and run through the grass. And then we'll go up to Mount Bedford and smell the pines and see the falls. And we'll stay out there the whole night and watch the sunrise across the peak. And everybody will be talking about it. It'll be a terrific scandal.
Walk in the grass in my bare feet. George, have you gone mad? And walk all the way to the top of Mount Bedford? Who would want to climb all the way up there?
Oh, just forget about it. It's just a crazy idea.
You're telling me. Good night, George.
Well, there you are.
Hello, man. Just happened to be passing by.
Yes, so I noticed. Have you made up your mind?
About what?
Paying a visit, of course. Your mother told me said you're on your way over.
Oh. My mother calls you. Well, how does she know?
Didn't you tell her?
Hold up. I just happened to be passing by.
Well, would you like to come and sit a minute?
Maybe just for a minute. Hey, when did you get back?
Tuesday.
Oh, that's a new dress.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's okay. You know, I thought you would have head back to New York with Sam and Indy and the rest of it.
Oh, I worked there for a couple of vacations, but I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
Homesick? For Bedford Falls?
Yes, and for my family and my friends and everything. Aren't you going to come up and sit?
Maybe just for a minute. But I want you to know I didn't tell anybody I was coming here.
Would you rather leave?
Well, no. I mean, I don't want to be rude.
Then come and sit. Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight?
Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon.
Mary? Mary, who's down there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey. What does he want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Oh, not a thing.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
Well, you tell him to go right back home. And don't you leave the house either. Sam Wainwright promised to call you from New York tonight. That's it now. Good night, George.
I think I ought to be going.
Mary, get the phone.
No, wait. Wait a minute. Hello? George. Oh, Sam. Yes, hello. Guess who's here? George Bailey. He wants to speak to you.
Well, let me talk. Hello, Sam.
Well, George Baileyowski. Say, fine pal you are. What are you trying to do? Steal my girl?
What? Nobody's trying to steal your girl. Here's Mary.
No. Wait a minute. Tell Mary you don't need extension. I want to talk to both of you.
He wants you to get on the extension.
Mother's on the extension.
Oh.
Here. Now we can both hear. We're listening, Sam.
I got a big deal coming up for both of you. George, you remember that night in Martini's bar when they said somewhere they were making plastic out of soybeans?
Soybean. Oh, yeah, soybean, sure.
Dad snapped up the idea. He's building a factory outside of Rochester. Here's where you come in. George, you got any money?
Money? Yeah, a little bit. Why?
Now listen, I want you to put every cent you've got into our stocks, you hear? And I got a job for you too, if you're not still married to that old broken down building and loan. This is the biggest thing since radios. I'm letting you in on the ground floor. And Mary,
I'm here.
Mary, would you tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime? I mean the chance of a lifetime.
He says he's giving you the chance of a lifetime.
Now you listen to me. I don't want any ground floors. I don't want any plastics. I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do, and you're not. Oh, Mary.
Oh, George. George.
Chipped on this. We hope you float away to Hackman on the ride.
Oh, look at this. Champagne.
Thank you so much, Ernie.
Now, where do you plan on going on this year now honeymoon?
Well, here's the kitty, Ernie. Look at it. Count it, Mary.
I feel like a bootlegger's wife. Look.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to shoot the works. A whole week in Bermuda. A whole week in New York. The highest hotel, the richest caviar, the oldest champagne, the hottest music. And the prettiest wife.
That does it. Then what?
Well, then what, honey?
After that, who cares?
Well, that does it. Come here.
Mary! There's something funny going on at the bank. I'm not sure what it is, but it has all the earmarks of a run.
Mary, I've got to go. I'll be right back.
George, please, let's not stop. Let's keep going.
Mary, I'm sorry. I'll be right back in a minute. I swear. Uncle Billy, what's the meaning of this?
This is what you call a pickle, George, a real pickle.
Oh, man, all right. Now, how did this all start?
How does anything like this ever start? All I know is the bank called our loan.
When?
About an hour ago. We had to hand over all our cash.
All of it?
All of it. There's still less than we owe.
Oh, holy mackerel.
The whole town's gone crazy.
Oh, Miss Pryor, to what do we owe this unexpected visit?
There's a rumor around town you're going to close your doors early. Is that true, George?
Not for another, I'm guessing about 10 minutes.
Well, that's good to hear. You doing all right, George? You want me to call the police?
What for?
Mobs can get pretty ugly.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Pryor. I'm pretty sure our customers are very polite.
Oh, I'm sure. George, I'm willing to go all out on this to help you. See, I just spoke to the bank, and I guaranteed them sufficient funds. They'll close down for a week and then reopen.
Wait, you've taken over the bank?
They'll send me back a fortune, but I'm willing to guarantee your people as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you take your loans down to the bank, I'm willing to guarantee 50 cents to the dollar.
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Potter. We'll serve our customers right here.
Just make sure you don't close your doors before 6 p.m. or you'll never reopen. Ladies and gentlemen, remember I'm paying 50 cents to the dollar.
Oh, yeah. Never miss a trick, do you, Mr. Potter? Well, you're going to miss this one. Okay. All right, people. You heard Mr. Potter. The bank will reopen in a week.
But I've got my money here, George, and I'll take it now.
You're thinking of this place all wrong, Miss Andrews. As if I had the money back in the safe. Well, it's not. It's next to the Grant house, next to yours, the candidate's house, and Miss Macklin's house. Why, you're pretty much lending them the money to build, and they're going to pay it back to you as best they can. What are you going to do? Foreclose on them?
I have $242, and $242 never broke anybody's.
All right, Miss Andrews. Here, you sign this, and you'll get your money back in 60 days.
60 days.
Now that's what you agreed to when you bought your shares. Miss Andrews, stick to the original agreement. Give us 60 days on this.
Are you going to Potter's? Better to get half than to get nothing.
No. Miss Andrews, Miss Thompson, please. Listen to me. If Potter gets a hold of this building alone, there'll never be a decent house built in this town. So he got charge of the bank. He's got the bus lines. He's got the department stores. Now he's after us. Why? Because we're cutting into his business. That's why. Because he wants to keep you living in his slums and paying the rent he decides. But we can't let him. We can get through this thing. But we've got to stick together. We've got to have faith in each other.
But my husband hasn't worked in over a year, and I need money.
Yeah, how are me and my family supposed to survive until the bank opens?
We've got doctor bills to pay.
I can't feed my kids on bank. How much do you need?
That's right. I got $2,000. Oh, hey, I've got $2,000 right here. All right, Miss Andrews, come here. Now, how much do you need?
$242.
Miss Andrews, please. How much do you need till the bank reopens?
I'll take $242.
Okay, all right. $242.
That'll be enough to close my account.
No, that's a loan. Your account is still here. All right, Ernie. How much do you need?
I suppose $300?
Now, Ernie, how much do you need till the bank reopens?
I suppose just about $20?
$20? Here you go, Ernie. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Dodson. How much do you need?
But it's your own money, George.
Oh, never mind about that. How much do you need?
I guess I can get along with 20, all
Is
right.
it 20? All right, Miss Dodson.
And I'll sign a paper.
Oh, you don't have to sign anything. No, you'll pay it back as soon as you can. All right, Miss Martini.
We have 1750.
17. Oh, of course you can. Oh, do you have 50 cents? Well, you know what? Take this over.
Think we're gonna make it, George? I think we're gonna make it.
So do I. Oh, hello, Miss Bailey.
Hello, Mr. Bailey. How's business?
Oh, booming.
Well, at least you have a place to come home to.
What are you talking about?
32 Sycamore.
32 cents. But that's...
You remember the night we threw the rocks into the windows? This is what I wished for. Happy anniversary, George.
Oh, happy anniversary. But we've only been married an hour.
An hour, 24 minutes, and 42 some seconds to be exact.
Oh, darn.
Soon enough to celebrate, I would say.
Oh, you're wonderful.
4, 5, 6. Bingo, we made it. We're still in business. Look, George, we've got $2 left.
Oh, pop some champagne. I'd say we're some kind of financial figure.
Those Rockefellers.
Look at... Open the safe up for these big, important simoleons.
We'll save them for the seed.
Look, well, here's to Papa Dollar and Mama Dollar. And if you want the old business building and loan to stay in business, you better make a family real quick.
Well, I wish they were rabbits.
That's a great idea, Aunt Tilly. Rabbits. Here's to rabbits.
Rabbits!
Come on.
Bread, that this house may never know hunger. Salt, that your lives may always have flavor.
And wine, so joy and prosperity may reign forever.
Enter the
Martini Castle.
Well, Mr. Bailey, I couldn't ask for a more better friend than you.
Well, of course, Mr. Martini.
You're so generous. Thank you.
You can't ignore this Bailey Park anymore, Mr. Potter. It's cutting deeper and deeper into your rental profit.
The Bailey family has been a welt on my shoulder for long enough. Secretary,
Yes, sir?
who's at the door?
George Bailey, sir. Would you like me to send him in?
Send you. Tell him to leave. Go on.
As you know, he's built up a whole subdivision out by the cemetery. Dozens and dozens of the prettiest homes you ever saw. I'm seriously thinking of purchasing one myself.
Don't you dare.
The point is, Mr. Potter, 90% of the residents used to pay rent to you. Now, if I were you, Mr. Potter,
Well, you're not me.
as I say, I'm just a lowly bank examiner. But if you're not careful one of these days...
I don't have time to just have idle chit-chat. Good day. Secretary,
Yes, sir?
send Bailey in.
Right away, sir. Mr. Bailey, Mr. Potter, we'll see you now.
Thank you.
George, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Potter. This is quite an unusual request.
I'll see what's so unusual about it. Yeah, have a cigar.
Oh, this is quite a cigar.
You like it? I'll send you a box.
Now, I'll probably find out sooner or later, but what exactly did you want to see me about?
See, that's what I like about you, George. Get straight to the point. See, I'm an old man, and most people don't like me, but I don't like them either, so that makes us even. Well, as you know, I've been trying to get a hold of the building and loan for quite some time. I've been either trying to take control of it or kill it. But you've managed to stop me at every turn. You can ask anyone in this county. That takes some doing. Take for the Depression, for instance. You and me were the only ones who kept our heads. You saved the building and loan, and, well, I saved all the
And
rest.
some say you stole all the rest.
The envious ones say that, George, the sticklers. Now, I've said my side quite frank. Let's talk about you. Young man, 27, 28, making 40 a week.
45.
45. Yeah, well, after you support your wife and your mother and you pay your bills, you have, what, 10? That's if you skimp. A kid or two comes along, you won't even be able to save the 10. Now, I'm trying to offer you a job, Bailey. I want to hire you.
Hire me.
Yes, I want to start you out at $25,000 a year.
Oh, $25,000 a year.
You wouldn't mind having the nicest house in town, buying your wife fine clothes, occasionally going to New York every once in a while, maybe once a year Europe. You wouldn't mind that, would you, George?
Well, would I? You're not talking to anybody else around here, are you? You remember me, George Bailey?
Yes, George Bailey, whose ship has just come into dock if he's smart enough to get on board.
But what about the building and loan?
Oh, confound it, man. I'm offering you a 3-year contract starting at $25,000 a year. Is it a deal or isn't it?
I know I ought to jump on the ship, Mr. Potter, but would you consider giving me 24 hours to think this through?
Yes, of course, George. Go home, talk it over with your wife.
I'd like to do that.
In the meanwhile, I'll write up the papers.
All right, Mr. Potter.
All right, George.
All right, Mr. Potter. No. Now, wait a minute. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know the answer is no, doggone it. You sit around here and you spin your little web and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter. In the whole vast configuration of things, say you're nothing but a scurvy little spider. And this goes for you. And this goes for you as well.
Wow.
Hello?
Hello, darling.
Rough day.
Oh, yes.
Come out tonight, can't you?
Mary, why did you ever marry a guy like me?
I don't know. To keep from being an old maid.
Could have married Sam Wainwright or anybody else in town.
I didn't want to marry Sam Wainwright or anybody else in town. I wanted my baby to look like you.
I didn't even give you the honeymoon that I promised you. Your what?
My baby.
Oh, Mary, are you saying you're on the net?
In a matter of speaking.
Well, what is it? Is it a boy or a girl?
You were on top of the world then, George Bailey. Couldn't have been happier.
But that was nearly 10 years ago. We've gone through a war since then.
Yes, and your wife has given birth to not one, but 5 beautiful children. And your brother Harry was just decorated with the Congressional Medal of Honor.
That was this headline for this morning's newspaper.
That's right, George. This morning, the day before Christmas, about 10 a.m. That's when it all started, wasn't it? You were out buying your wreath, and Uncle Billy. Oh yes, Uncle Billy was on his way to the bank.
Extra, read all about it. Local boy wins Congressional Medal of Honor. Harry Bailey to be decorated by the president. Extra, read all about it.
Boy, let me have one of those papers. One of the Bailey boys again.
Morning, Mr. Potter. What's the news? Well aware. Harry Bailey wins Congressional Medal of Honor. Could be one of the Bailey boys, could it? You just can't keep those Bailey boys down, can you, Mr. Potter?
Is Sacker George jealous about it?
Oh yes, very jealous. He only lost 3 buttons off his coat vest. Of course, he would have won 2 of those medals if he was allowed to go.
He has that bad air, doesn't he?
That's right. After all, Potter, that ever heals in Germany and Japan.
Hey! I have an idea. Take me to the bank.
Extra, read all about it.
George! It's Harry now a long distance from Washington.
Harry, what do you know?
He reversed the charges. It's okay, isn't it?
Is it what do you mean, is it okay for a hero? Let me talk to him. Hey? Oh, you old 7 kind of a son of a gun. Congratulations. Oh, yeah? How's Mother studying? She did? Oh, Mother had lunch with the president's wife.
Oh, wait till Bill hears about this. What do they have to eat?
What do they have to... Hey, you should see what the town's cooking up for you. Oh, they are. The Navy's going to fly Mother home this afternoon.
In a plane?
Uncle Billy? Has Uncle Billy come in yet?
No, he stopped at the bank first.
Oh, Hey, Uncle Billy's not here right now. Oh, they are? Well, tell me all about it.
George?
Oh, what?
George, that woman's here again.
What woman?
Bank examiner.
Oh, hey, would you mind talking to Aunt Tilly for a minute, will you? I'll be right back. Oh, hello, Violet.
Hey, George, can I speak to you in the office?
Well, of course. Now, if you'll just step right in here, I'll be with you in a minute. Hello, Miss...
Carter, bank examiner.
Miss Carter. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're all excited around here. My brother just got the Congressional Medal of Honor.
I suppose they do those things.
Yes.
I trust you had a good year?
A good year? Well, between you and me, Miss Carter, we're broke.
Very funny.
Yes. Well, now if you'll just come right this way.
Although I shouldn't wonder when you can reverse charges on personal long distance calls.
George, shall I hang up?
Oh no, he wants to talk to Uncle Billy. Just hold on for a minute. Now, if you'll just come right this way, Uncle Billy has laid everything out for you.
If you'll cooperate, I'd like to finish up with you by tonight. I want to spend Christmas in Elmira with my sister and her family.
Well, of course, Miss Carter.
Hurry, Uncle Billy, hurry! Long distance, Washington.
Not now, I can't talk to anyone now.
But it's your nephew, Harry, remember? Here's your Uncle Billy, Harry.
Hello? Hello? Yes, Harry. Yes. Everything. Everything's fine. Where's George?
He's in his office with Violet Peterson. There's a woman here, Miss Carter. It's the bank examiner.
Tell George I need to speak to him as soon as he gets out.
Character? If I had any judge of character,
Well, it takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again. Here.
No, George, don't.
What are you going to do? Huck that fur and that hat? You're going to walk to New York? You know, they pay rent and meals up there just the same as they do here in Bedford Falls.
I know.
It's a loan. That's my business. Building a loan. Besides, you'll get a job.
Thank you, George. I'm glad I know you.
Say hello to New York for me. Let's hear from you. Oh. Merry Christmas, Violet.
Merry Christmas, George.
George, there's something I need to talk to you about.
What?
Alone.
Whoa. Uncle Billy, what's the matter?
George. What? Dear, is that your bad ear?
No,
So you did hear me.
I'm afraid so. How much? That much? Alright. Did you buy anything?
Nothing, not even a stick of gum.
Are you sure you had the money with you?
Yes, I was counting it. I think.
You think? Uncle Billy, we've got to find that money.
I'm no use to, George.
Now, listen to me. Do you have any hiding place? A place you would have hid the money? Somewhere in your house?
Oh, nothing like that.
Now listen to me. Think.
I have been thinking, George, I have, and I can't think anymore.
Now you listen to me, you stupid, silly old fool. Do you realize what this means? It means bankruptcy, and scandal, and prison.
No.
Oh, yes, that's what it means. It means one of us is going to jail. Well, it's not going to be me.
Hello, darling. How do you like it? Bless you. Is it snowing outside?
Oh, yeah. It just started a minute ago.
Did you bring the wreath? The Christmas wreath to the window.
Oh. I left that at the office.
Where's your coat and hat?
I left them at the office as well.
Can you believe it, George? I bet I had 50 calls today about the banquet, the parade. Your mother's so excited. She called me.
Must she keep doing that?
In fact, it's a party tonight, Daddy. Mom said we could stay up for the night. We could see Daddy. Daddy, Mom said we're on a new car. You should see it.
Well, what's the matter with our car? Is it fitted up for you?
George, what's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
Hey, did you have a question for your father earlier?
I don't know. You ask your mother.
I'll get it. Hello? Mrs. Lawrence. Yes, this is Mrs. Bailey.
Wait, is that Zuzu's teacher?
Yes?
Can I speak with her?
Oh, yes.
Hello? Yes, this is George Bailey. I'm Zuzu's father. Say, what kind of teacher are you anyway? Wait. Zuzu got sent home? Wait, was she just... Was she naked?
Zuzu?
Yeah.
No, she wasn't naked. Of course she wasn't naked. Let me call her down. Zuzu!
Oh, Zuzu. Hold on, Mrs. Welch. I'll be right back. Zuzu, what's the matter?
She got a cold. Caught it coming home from school because they gave her a flower for a prize. She wasn't naked. She just didn't buy me a coat.
You got a temperature, little one?
Just a teensy one, 99.6. Nothing to worry about.
Let's hope you get better. We've got to go back upstairs. This floor is cold.
But Mom, she needs a drink.
No!
I'll bring up a vase in a minute. Go to bed. George, what's the matter?
Oh, it's this drafty old house. I don't know why we're all still living here. In this measly, crummy town, you might as well be living in a refrigerator. Now you looked at me. What do you want? What do I look like to you? A dictionary? You know what? I have a good idea.
What? What's your good idea?
Yes. Hi, Mr. Welch. Yes, I'm calling to tell you what I really think of your wife. Oh, yeah? She sent our kids home half naked.
She did not, George.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, sure. I'm sure she's all perfect.
George.
Uh-huh.
Give it to me.
Oh, yeah, right. Now, if you man up enough, come face me.
George!
Now look at it. Broke the phone. Now I'm gonna have to go shop for a new phone. You know what? No, get it. Stop. You need to stop playing this silly old tune. You played it over and over again. Now stop. Mr. Potter, I'm in trouble. Through some sort of an accident, my company's short on their accounts, and the bank examiner's up there today. I've got to raise $8,000 immediately.
That's what the reporters wanted to talk to me about.
Oh, the reporters?
Yeah, they called me up from your building and loan. That bank examiner's been looking for you.
Mr. Potter, would you please help me? Can't you see how much this means to my family? Now look, if you still have that interest, I could give you a bonus on that. Why, if you still want the building loan, well, I'll give it to you.
Could there be a slight discrepancy in the books, George?
No. It's just I've misplaced $8,000.
You misplaced $8,000.
Yes, sir.
Did you notify the police?
No, sir. I don't want that publicity. Harry's homecoming tomorrow, and I don't want to...
They'll believe that one. What have you been doing, George? Playing stock with the company's money?
No, sir, I haven't.
Is it a woman? There's rumors around town you've been giving money to Violet Peterson.
What?
That makes no difference to me what a man does with his money. Why don't you call up your Sam Wainwright?
I can't. I can't get a hold of him. He's in Europe.
Why don't you ask all your other friends?
You know they don't have that kind of money, Mr. Potter. I'm the only one in town who can help me.
I've become rather important to you, haven't I, George? What security will I have, George? You got any stocks, bonds, real estate of any kind?
No. But I got a $50,000 life insurance policy.
Really? What's your equity in it?
$500.
Ha! $500. Look at you. You used to be so cocky. You wanted to take on the world. You walked in here and called me a warped, frustrated old man. But what of you, but a warped, frustrated young man? You come in here crawling on your hands and knees, begging me for help. No stocks, no bonds, nothing but a measly little life insurance policy. You're worth more dead than alive, George. Why don't you go down to the riffraffs you love so much and ask them for $8,000? You know why you wouldn't? Because they run you out of town on a rail. Now let me tell you what I'm going to do for you, George Bailey. As a stockholder of the building and loan, it is my duty to swear out a warrant for your arrest for misplacement of funds, malfeasance, manipulation.
No.
Run all you like, George. You can't hide in this town for long.
God, what am I going to do? Please help me. Mr. Martini?
Wait a minute. Did he call you George Bailey?
Yeah, that's him. His brother won the Congressional Medal of Honor.
And the next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get word! She cried for hours, won't come with us tonight!
That's enough, Mr. Welch.
No, it's not enough. She spends all day, all night teaching your stupid kids how to read, how to write.
Mr. Welch!
All the hell with you. I'm going home.
Come on, you guys. This is Christmas Eve. We're supposed to be spreading good cheer.
Yeah, we're gonna go sing? Come on now. He's right. Deck the halls with bells of holly, fa la 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 la.
You all right, George?
Yeah, I'm fine, Ernie.
Want me to take you home?
No, I'm waiting for someone. You go along.
You sure? Wait, what?
You want? No, I'm fine, Ernie. Go along with your friends.
Ernie, you coming?
Yeah, just give me a moment. You sure you'll be all right, George?
I'm fine. Go.
Well then, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, God. Father in heaven, if you're up there and you can hear me, please help me out. I'm at the end of my ropes.
And that's where I came in.
You mean you actually heard my prayer up there?
Yes, yours and over a dozen others. You'd be surprised about how many people care about you, George.
Not after they hear about me ruining their lives.
You haven't ruined their lives. Besides, none of it was your fault.
I'm the president of the company. I'm supposed to be held accountable for everything that happens.
Do you think killing yourself will make everyone feel happier?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe if I was never born, everything would have been a lot better off.
What?
I said I wish I was never born.
Now look, you mustn't say things like that. You'll... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's an idea. Hey, what do you think? Yeah, that'll do. You've got your wish. You've never been born. No worries, no obligations, no $8,000 skit, no Potter looking for you with the sheriff.
Say something else in his ear.
Sure, you can hear out of it.
Well, that's the doggonest thing. I haven't heard out of that ear since I was a kid. What is going on?
Deck the halls with bells of holly, fa la la la
That's
my name, and this is my voice. Awesome.
No. Where's Miss Martin?
She's at home with the rest of the family, and that's what makes it a good Christmas. Isn't that right,
I saw her a minute ago with all of the women and children as well.
Where? Hey, you're not going to snitch on us, are you?
And I know you. You just hit me a minute ago.
I did. Did you guys hear that? I hit this sucker a minute ago. Let me do it again.
Oh, come on. He's worse off than we are. Come on. They're caught up to us again.
Anyone got a dime or two?
Oh, no, I don't like that guy. We should get going.
Mr. Coward. It's me. Don't you remember me? George Bailey. You used to own the corner drugstore. I used to work for you. What happened?
Now I know. He's that robot that spent 20 years in prison twisting that one kid.
Wait a minute. If he's a jailbird, that must mean you are too. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait up, guys.
Mr. Gower.
You see, George, you were not there to stop Guy from putting the pudding.
What do you mean I wasn't there? Look, I remember distinctly being there. What is going on?
This is what would happen if you never existed. Don't you see? Don't you understand? It's all because you were never born.
Never born.
That's right.
But if I was never born, who am I?
You're nobody. You have no identity.
No identity? Look, I'm George Bailey. I was born July 12, 1907, right here in Bedford Falls.
I'm afraid you won't find that in any of the public records. Besides, it isn't Bedford Falls anymore. It's Pottersville.
What? Pottersville?
Yes, I'm afraid so. And there's no George Bailey. Never has been. You see, George, you've been given a wonderful gift, a chance to see what the world would be like without you.
Violet?
That's what they call me.
Well, I'm so glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. New in town? Who gave you my name?
I'm George Bailey.
Why, of course you are. And if anyone asks, I've never seen or heard of you before.
But you have. You've grown up together.
Good looking. I sure wish we had.
Don't you remember me?
No.
Look, give me all night. I can tell you what happened. Your name is Violet Peterson. You were born in 1910, 1911, and you graduated from the little high school.
What are you, some sort of private eye? I should have known. Don't you guys ever give it a rest? It's Christmas Eve, for God's sakes.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That's my motto. So give it a rest and get out of here.
Well, Violet.
Or make a telephone call, George, or whatever your name is. And I don't think you want me to do that. Good night.
Boarding house? What is going on?
Well, what do you want? If you're looking for a room, I've got no vacancy.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sort of lost. I gotta think you should. You let me in?
I told you I've got no vacancy. And besides, I don't let anyone in unless they're referred to by someone. Try over on Maple, 163 Maple.
Wait, I know your brother-in-law, Uncle Billy.
How?
I've seen him around town.
Where?
Over by his house.
That's a lie. He's been in the state asylum ever since he lost his business 5 years ago.
Or Harry? Your son Harry?
My only son drowned at the age 9.
No. He's a hero. That was this morning's headline.
I'm calling the police.
Wait, no, wait. But he's a hero. Please let me in.
Strange, isn't it? Each man's life touches so many others, and when he isn't around, he leaves an awful hole, doesn't he?
He saved all those men on that transport.
Every man on that transport died because Harry wasn't there to save them, because you weren't there to save Harry. You see, George, you really did have a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it would be to throw it all away?
Claire.
Yes, George?
Where's Mary?
Well, I don't think...
If you know where she is, tell me.
You're not going to like it.
Please tell me if she's alive.
Yes, she's alive, but something happened. She's not the Mary you know. She never married.
Mary?
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm George.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And you've got to remember me.
Stay away from me. I'll scream.
Look, I'm your husband, George.
Don't talk to me. I'm gonna... Help! Let me go! Help! Somebody help!
Oh, Claire. Claire. Please help me. Get me back. Get me back. I don't care happens to me, just give me back to my wife and my kids. Please. I just want to live again.
George! God, are you all right?
I didn't do anything, Your Honor.
George, why are you screaming? George, what's wrong?
Wait,
George?
Bert,
George?
do you know me?
Yes, of course I know you. Me and half the town have been looking for you.
Mary!
Yes, Mary! So is Mr. Martini, and your Uncle Billy. Your mother even called. George, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Well, look at it, Bert. It's breathing, it's moving, it's alive. Oh, Merry Christmas, Bert. Oh, Mary!
George, I think I should get you home.
Oh, no, I'm fine, Bert. I swear I'm fine. Mary!
George, wait!
Oh, hello. Mary.
That we must talk about.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, Mary. Oh, look at this wonderful drafty house. Oh, Mary. Have you seen Mary? Do you know where my wife is?
Hello, Daddy. Christmas, Daddy. Christmas, Daddy.
Oh, you wonderful kids. Oh, my goodness. I get to eat you all up. But where's Mother?
George! George, Dorothy, where have you been?
No, you should have seen what happened to me.
You should have seen what happened to us. Come over here. Stand right here, okay? I can't believe it. It's an absolute miracle. Everybody come in. Uncle Billy, Ernie, everyone.
Isn't it wonderful, George? Mary did it. She told a few people you're in trouble and they scattered all over town collecting money.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, Ernie.
Is this another run on the bank?
Oh, I'm not. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Hey there, Mr. Bailey. Thank you, Mr. Martini.
if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a roof over our heads.
Anything, George, you're not going to go.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I cleared out all my charge accounts.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Doctor. Oh, I had Dilly.
Seriously.
Thank you, Bert. Oh, no. It's wonderful.
It is. It absolutely is.
Mr. Welch, wait!
I'm sorry about earlier.
Don't understand. Thank you, Mr. Welch.
George! George!
Oh,
Brother! It's so good to see you.
Oh, man. What are you doing?
What's going on here? Where's the wine? Where's the champagne? I need to make a toast to you. To my brother George, the richest man in town. Oh, and the whole gal outside the English clerk.
Tom Sawyer. I was here to go thinking of calling Tom Sawyer.
Dear George, remember, no man is a failure when he has friends. Thanks for the wings. Love, Claire. A very dear friend of mine, just like all of you. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, come here. Listen, Daddy. Hear the bell? Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets wings.
That's right. That's right. Atta girl, Claire. Atta girl. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and days of longing sigh? Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas!
All right.